Hey, it's Rick from metagamers.com, and I'm doing a follow-up video on my 4 cases for the iPad and my conclusion. In that video, I spoke to what I felt was the best combination, being the Belkin Grip Vue and the Hard Candy Cases bubble sleeve. And from that video, I got a lot of people asking me to do a comparison of the Belkin Grip Vue versus the macally clear case with silicone grip, and so that's what I'm going to do here today. Sorry it took me a little bit of time to get this video up, but here it is. So if you hadn't seen the video before this one, I encourage you to do so, because I will break down what is the Belkin Grip Vue that you're seeing here as a quick review. I love it. It lines up perfectly with the ports on the iPad, and I'm not going to install it on this video. You can see that in my other video. It is somewhere between a silicone feel and a hard plastic. It has bend and flex to it. It's relatively easy to get on and decent to get off. And the only other thing I'd mention is when you're holding it, if you're holding it for a long period of time, there is the tendency for if your hands get warm, for condensation to build up on the back end, so you're going to want to wipe that down. I do not know how other colors will show marks on the back. It says it has scratch resistant. I haven't seen any scratches on the back of mine, but you do see fingerprints on the back if you look at a certain angle. I know they have other colors that might be more prone to showing those fingerprints. So let's go ahead and get on with it. This right here is the macally clear case with silicone grip. I don't particularly care for it personally. I will say there is a price difference. This is $29. The Belkin is $49. So there's a definite price difference there. It was a bear to get on the first time, and maybe that's just because it was the first time for me getting the case on, and it's easier. I'm not looking forward to taking this one off. I have a fear that it's going to be a real pain in the butt, because I don't like pressing down on the iPad screen too hard. I'm afraid I'm going to like mess it up or something. But anyways, this is the macally. Here's the thing. The back is harder than the Belkin. So it's got a harder plastic, and you can kind of hear that here versus this one, right? They're going to sound the same on video, but trust me when I say that the Belkin flexes. If you try to flex this case like I did with the Belkin, you can't do it. You're going to snap it. The best way that I can describe the back of this case is very, very similar to, if you're familiar with, let's say, patio furniture, like a glass table that's not made out of glass. It's like that semi, fake plastic material. That's what this reminds me of for the back. It's got 4 nubs on the back. I don't know if you can really see them in this video, but the point of that is that when you set it down and you start typing on it, it's not going to wobble or rock. Now, I've never had a problem with that with any of the other cases, so I don't know. Maybe some of you guys have, and that'll help you. I don't know. It feels different in hand, obviously. They claim that the silicone grip on the side, which is this black trim, will really help with the grip. I don't think it makes a difference, quite honestly. I personally don't like the big branding that says macally. I think that takes away from the iPad personally, but that's just me. You can see that this is the clear hard plastic, this is the silicone. I'm not sure how that's stitched together here, if that's like some type of a glue or what, but I will tell you this, when I put this case on, to me, it felt like there was some pressure going on here when I was snapping it in, that it didn't pop it out, but it felt like it could have separated. So only time's going to tell, especially if you take the case on and off to clean it out, if this is going to start separating. It's not a bad case, it's just not one for me. You can see, and just because I'm really particular and probably overanalyze this stuff, you can see that the finish along the edges is a little rough. I mean, it doesn't feel necessarily rough, but it's a little rough. Your ports, they're open, so it's good. I don't know if this would dock. I don't have the dock, nor do I plan to get the dock. It might. I don't know about that, but the ports are open there, so that's nice. Your volume is covered. So that's pretty nice. And then this is a little pain in the butt to get to. That's your switch for screen orientation lock, and you really gotta use a fingernail. And if you don't have fingernails, good luck getting that thing. Your power or your sleep buttons there, and then of course the holes for the microphone and also for the headphone jack. So when you turn the thing on, your volume is on the side. It sits pretty flush. I will say it takes a little bit more effort to utilize the volume on this than it does on the Belkin. It feels a little bit easier on the Belkin to utilize than this. Your sleep button on the top, it's fine. You know, I don't have a problem with that. But the volume, I would say, because it sits relatively flush to the case, it's a little bit harder. It's not a challenge, but it's a little bit harder. So again, you got the silicone wrap all around the edge. It's a little bit harder. It does flex a little bit, so you can see that all you got to do is that, and there you go. You can see kind of around the edges where the bezel is. You know, maybe an issue for some. Personally, I don't care. But anyways, that's the macally. And again, there is a price difference. You're talking $29 for that versus $49 for this. But personally, I'm going to pop this one back on after I conclude this video, and I'll probably end up selling this one. So if you're interested, let me know, because I will not be keeping this one. It just doesn't suit my needs. And I think I'm going to stick with this. I may end up picking a smoke gray one up of that. I don't know. I'm not sure because of the fingerprint issue. But so hopefully that answers your question about the macally. Not a bad case, just not the one for me. I think there is a clear difference. If you like the style, I do question how long this will hold itself together. The way that they've stitched that together, I can't tell. It looks like maybe a glue or something, but I don't know how long that's going to last. It is harder on the back, so that's kind of nice. You do have the macally branding, like I said, and the footers here. So there you have it. If you have questions, please let me know. Hopefully that helps some of you. And good luck with your iPad case searching.